We're going to be removing the seat today and possibly pulling Eddie in here and removing her seat and getting some seats swapped around. All right, that was quick. I had Corey help me. We just pulled these. There's 4 bolts literally that hold this down, and then there's 2 wiring connections that you just unplug. And it's 2-person job, pull it out. You probably could do it by yourself. So my plan, that's gonna be my new passenger seat. This is gonna be my new driver's seat. It's got a couple imperfections, but not bad. This is gonna be my new passenger seat in my Power Stroke. That's gonna be my new driver's seat in the Power Stroke. And this center console is going in the Power Stroke. This set is going in, this center piece is going there. So basically, the nasty bench seat that's in my truck now, I'm gonna put it back into that $300 truck to sell it to somebody else. So it's just gonna be a work truck when I'm done with that. It's not gonna be a show truck, and it's got huge body damage. So guys, it's been a while since we talked about Eddie. Now, we did a major repair on the engine back before well, it was actually before I went to Vegas, started to tear into it, came back from Vegas, middle of the summer sometime. This was in my shop, and I'm like, I gotta get Eddie going. So we got Eddie going. This has been a phenomenal daily driver for me. I love this pickup. It drives, it's got, as you can see, we've got brand new BFG KO2s on it. I love these tires for wintertime driving. Just makes this look so much nicer. I love this truck. This is not going anywhere anytime soon. This is one of my favorite trucks I've ever owned, to be honest with you. I've really enjoyed driving it, and I want to fully just redo the whole interior, make it everything perfect in here. It's got like $2,500 or $3,500 worth of axle work up front. These tires aren't leaning like the normal IFS is on these, or the independent twin I-beam suspension. It's been all gone through. There is a clunking. I push on the brakes, there's a clunking, and I'm thinking it's a radius bushing, but I'm not 100% sure on that. 4-wheel drive works great. There is a little bit of play in the rear differential, and we got to talk about the motor in this. So I've gone 2,500 or 3,500 miles. I cannot remember off the top. It's been several thousand miles already on the lifter fix. Eddie's losing her bottom end. I get her up to temperature, and then this gauge starts flickering at an idle, and then sometimes when it's a hot day outside, it'll drop all the way to low, and you can kind of start hear the bottom end like talking a little bit. So unfortunately, and it's been like that since this summer. It was like a couple hundred miles after I got the fix done. I'm like, great, the lifter didn't work. The lifter worked fine. The lifter is doing great. It's other gremlins. This guy didn't take very good maintenance care of the engine. The oil I drained out of this motor was just horrendous. The day I got it fixed, drained the oil, it was sludge. And so I am going to have to dissect. I wanted to put the $200 truck way back when we bought the $200 truck. We wanted to make that the channel truck. Well, this Eddie is now the channel truck. This is going to be the OBS extended cab that we've always talked about building on the channel. And yeah, this is also going to be my daily. I don't like driving 3/4 ton and 1 ton trucks as dailies. They just getting into parking lots, just not fun. This is my little get around town truck for just getting little stuff. So I don't like driving cars to save gas. I just get anxiety when I drive cars. So with that being said, this is a very good platform to start on and build. So we're gonna dissect this engine. Not today, probably not till springtime. I was gonna do it this winter, but once we get this dialed in with the new seats and everything, I want to get my tension back over on the step side and get it out of my shop. But yeah, we're gonna pull the 351 out. I've got the $200 truck that's got amazing, that 351 runs titties. We're gonna pull that out, we're gonna re-gasket it, and then we're gonna stick it in Eddie. So that's the to-do list on this truck. And then after that, I'm just gonna drive it. I'm just gonna love on her and drive it, wax it, wash it. All right, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pull that seat out, and then we're gonna go get into cleaning the interior up today on this video. Okay, don't judge me on this mess because I bought this truck messy. I've added to it, but wow. This is kind of my corner. That's my tape measure. There's some trash I threw out, but a lot of that stuff came with the truck, and there's some kids stuff over there. I'm not gonna keep this like this anymore. Like, it's gonna, once I clean it, it's gonna be kept nice. I didn't eat in this truck, somebody else did. Let me bring you guys back in here when I get all this picked up and we're just down to the little crumbs. Out here, these seats come out in 3 different pieces. I'll have to clean that up really good before. So this bracket and those 2 brackets are gonna have to go, we're gonna have to unbolt everything. I thought that they might be that way. I was looking at it earlier, but I'm not getting them out now. It's still 4 bolts. It's like this chair and that chair pinches that center one down. But on a single cab, they're all one. I prefer these better than a bench seat, or I don't think they did anything else in 95. I think you either had this option or the bench seat. Or I know in the early 90s you had 2 buckets and like a huge center console, like you could pretty much fill with beer and ice. I mean, you wouldn't want to do that anyway, but anyway. All right, guys, I'm gonna clean the rest of that out, clean all of my junk out of this truck, and then we're gonna hook up the truck mount. We're gonna mix up some Code Red. I know what you guys don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. I'll show you here in a minute. All right, guys, so here we are with the seat out. Garbage picked up, but we got food spills, drink spills, coffee spills, you name it, spills here. All right, guys, I got my special concoction right here. I mixed up enough to do the seats and the carpet in there. We're gonna do, I did 2 scoops of my red sauce with a 1 scoop of Sager's Side sauce. So this should smell good and clean up really nice. All right, guys, the truck mount outside is up to 150 degrees. And this is pretty much a Pro Team enzyme with an oxy. Got a little bit of a leak there. And I've got a really good odor killer inside this mix, so it's a 3-part deal that I've got going on here. It's kind of my own little concoction. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hit them. Normally on upholstery in a house, you wouldn't soak it down with one of these hydroforce sprayers. You'd have a pump sprayer, but I don't want to do that today. I'm just gonna soak this down because I really want to get kind of down to the cushion a little bit. Soak this down good, the back and the seat itself. There's some spills on it. And under the seat, I'm gonna hit that really good. And a lot of guys are gonna comment, you probably should vacuum all the debris up. That's your own choice. It's a good practice to get into, but if you've got a big unit like I've got, I don't need to worry about that. I'll get the debris as I go. I'll show you. So we're just gonna spray it down. Nice and thick like. All right, now we're gonna let that dwell for a good 5 to 10 minutes before we clean. We're gonna we'll pre-treat these later. Tools we'll be using, guys, upholstery sprayer and 2 stair tools, 2 different types of stair tools. There's about $1,000 laying right there in just tools. Yeah. First line. Oh yeah. stuff called you put in your hair that's waxy?
Pomade.
Yeah, it's gotta be. The more heat I put to it, the better it gets.
Yeah, it's coming.
That's gross. All right, guys, these seats turned out amazing. There's a little bit of wear on the bottom of that one, but this one and those and the center console, even that, as you've seen, Corey was filming there, that grease spot from somebody's head and their nasty head paste came off that seat. The carpets look great. On camera, they look a little brown in that area. I don't know. Oh, it's a shadow. I see where it's coming from. Yeah, it smells better. This was a little bit of staining here, but to be expected. I think that's rust, actually. Back seat looks amazing. All in all, this took me about an hour to do. When you have a truck mount and the right chemicals, works great. I'm gonna let these dry tonight. I'll put them back in the truck tomorrow off camera, and we'll come back on an update, and I'll have all the plastics wiped down and everything detailed on the inside for you guys to see. Nothing, we're not going to do anything with the headliner. I don't recommend to ever use a truck mount on one of these headliners unless you're just doing a little spot here or there. You can pull the fabric off. This headliner is in great shape. It's got the 2 creases in the back, but that's factory. Every one I've ever seen. I think there's a little smudge up there. I need to find a new light for this truck. I'm going to check the parts truck to make sure, see if that actually has a light, and I'll swap that out before I sell it. But give this video a big thumbs up. Comments go down below, and we'll catch you next time here on Central Oregon Shenanigans. Good night, guys.